He was able to get up and down the field. He got 3 touchdowns. That was huge for us. So at the same time, everyone contributed in this win.
Following injuries to Josiah Sears and Marcus Thigpen, IU running back Brian Payton entered the game, having only carried the ball 27 times with 113 yards in 4 games this season.
I looked back at the big screen, saw somebody coming, and gave him the dead leg and got in the end zone. So wasn't a whole lot of thinking there, but just instinct and hit the hole hard and go score.
Peyton's a guy that's going to get downhill on you right now. And, the first time you may hit him, he only gets 3 yards. You hit him next time, he only gets 4 yards. But, you keep running hard like that, guys get tired of tackling you, guys get tired of hitting all the contact.
He would boost his stats significantly against the Golden Gopher defense, gaining 90 yards rushing and reaching the end zone 3 times.
Coach tells us every day that you got to be ready, and it's going to take everybody. And I truly believe that every time. And you just never know who's going to go down or who's going to be needed.
We had talked at halftime about what the next thing would have been if both Peyton and Burgess went down. So we had kind of a backup plan that would remain top secret.
So what is that secret backup plan? Well, if Brian Payton continues this play, we may never know. From Memorial Stadium, I'm Patrick Hurley, Hoosier Sports Night.
The high-octane Indiana offense gets all the press, but the horses up front deserve some ink of their own. Indiana's defensive line having a record year, facing off against a Minnesota offensive front that only allowed 3 sacks coming into today's game, putting a spotlight of this game on the trenches.
I know they do a lot of 3-step drops and they get the ball out quick, but our coverage has been playing well all season, so we know that he might have to hold the ball an extra second and we will get to him.
Pressure up front makes life in the secondary easier.
Makes a world of a difference, We don't have to be back there covering all day. And sometimes I look back and the quarterback is running for his life and he'll just throw it up.
You won't have to cover on a play as long. You won't have to worry about the quarterback getting out of pocket scrambling. So, our front four as well as, our linebackers do a great job of putting pressure on the quarterback.
For this Hoosiers team, a road to a bowl game could go through the defensive line. Reporting from Memorial Stadium, I'm Craig Mergenthal, Hoosier Sports Night.
And up ahead next week, the Hoosiers will be up in East Lansing taking on the Michigan State Spartans. This weekend they were hosting Northwestern. Let's go to the recap of that game. Pat Fitzgerald and his Northwestern Wildcats take on Mark D'Antonio of his Michigan State Spartans. Fast forward to the 3rd quarter. Javon Ringer, get on your horse, takes it 47 yards to the house, outruns everybody on the Wildcat defense, 27-27, tied up 3rd quarter. Next we're going to see Ringer again. They don't call him Ringer for nothing. Takes it 80 yards, outruns everybody again. Look at this man fly, takes it to the end zone, ties up the game, 34-34. This one's got overtime brewing in the making, and that's exactly what's going to happen because Northwestern goes wide left with the kick. Overtime, Northwestern gets the ball. C.J. Bechet, pass complete, end zone, touchdown. Northwestern, 48-41. Michigan State's last chance. Brian Hoyer passes the ball to the photographers in the first row. Not going to happen. Northwestern pulls up the upset, 48-41. Slap hands on the field. Congratulations, Wildcats. So 3 games into the conference schedule, we can now take our first look at the Big Ten standings as they begin to take shape. Ohio State remains the top dog in the Big Ten and jumps to number 3 nationally. Business as usual as the Buckeyes have yet to lose a game this season. Illinois controls the 2nd spot with an undefeated conference record and an overall mark of 5-1. The Michigan Wolverines continue to fare better in conference play. They're 2-0. Your Hoosiers are currently batting it out with Wisconsin for 4th in the conference, each at 2-1, while 5-1 overall. Purdue sits 6th, followed by Penn State and Northwestern. Michigan State, Iowa, and Minnesota are all still looking for their first conference win.
Coming up on Hoosier Sports Night, the men's soccer team had a pair of games this week. We'll give you the recaps after this.
Also coming up, we'll have Mark Kaplan in the studio for his weekly segment, The Rundown. You're watching Hoosier Sports Night on US TV.